important aspect of road safety. You have seen them riding without helmets. You've seen them perform stunts at unbelievable speeds. And you've also seen them riding on the sidewalks with scant regard for pedestrians, creating mayhem on public spaces. Yes, we are talking about the two-wheeler nuisance, which is not uncommon in India. In fact, statistics show that 1 out of every 3 two-wheeler accidents result in a fatality, but that has not become a deterrent for the two-wheel drivers. Let's put out some graphics for you. Two-wheelers claim maximum lives. In fact, bikers account for 44.5% of fatal accidents. In 2021, 69,240 two-wheeler related deaths have taken place. Most two-wheeler deaths in Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. The key reason? Overspeeding and careless driving. So why we are focusing on this today is an incident that happened in Mumbai, where the city witnessed yet another, in fact, a display of errant and unlawful two-wheeler driving, where the driver not only endangered his own life, but that of countless others. Kiran Sunilbhai Patel, a 24-year-old man from Ahmedabad, was arrested by Mumbai's Bandra police for driving his bike on the Bandra Worli Sea Link, where two-wheeler vehicles are strictly prohibited. But this did not deter Kiran Patel, who perhaps got into an adventurous mood and took his two-wheeler on the bridge. Not just that, he also took a U-turn on the same lane, on the same side of the highway, where cars were moving at a high speed. One can just imagine how dangerous it could be at a stretch where vehicles are allowed to drive at 80 kilometers per hour. He was ultimately nabbed and charged with attempt to commit culpable homicide, endangering life or personal safety of others. But you see, two-wheelers flouting traffic norms is typical. That is why they need to be pulled up by the authorities, and that is what we want to hear, in fact, from you, dear viewers. Do feel free to call us and share your views with us. Do you think two-wheeler drivers need better disciplining? Numbers are on your screens. You can simply pick up the phone and share your views with us right now, live on the show. Do you think cracking a whip on the ill-disciplined two-wheel drivers is the only solution? Let me go across to my colleagues Ishika, Tharini and Ankit joining us from their respective metro cities. First, I'll come to you, Ankit. How was the biker intercepted and what followed? Tell us what happened.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Like, as we all know, Worli Sea Link, which is Bandra to Worli, there is only one side. It is a toll, and the biker who was coming from the Worli towards the Bandra, and also from the sources we came to know that there was his relative who was in the hospital, and because of that he was in a rush. That's why he crossed that area, that the ceiling around in the night, and later on the police also caught him. But he was trying to escape from there as well. But right now I'm standing in the Bandra, where it's a signal, and where let's talk to the four-wheeler people over here right now. What is their view regards to this? Sir, आज हमें देखने में ये सारी चीज़ें आ रही है कि टू व्हीलर्स की वजह से फोर व्हीलर वाले जो गाड़ी चलाते हैं उन्हें बहुत सारी तकलीफें होती हैं.
Right, Ankit, you do that conversation. We'll play that later, but I want to go across to my other two reporters as well. Ishika, rash and negligent driving is not uncommon in Delhi roads. We know, you and me know how many incidents we have reported on road safety, on issues of road safety from Delhi. But what's the impact of biker menace in particular?
Well, Afrida, you have just right now cited the incident that took place in Mumbai. But, in Delhi, it is nothing new. Let me first show you the visuals. We are at, in fact, near the Delhi-Badarpur border. And I'll ask my cameraman to zoom in on the very board that is present there. The big board that is present there, which shows that no bikes, no auto rickshaws are allowed here. And then my cameraman will also show you the visuals of the traffic, that is coming in on this border, where you can clearly see the number of bikers that are using this very flyover. You can clearly see, their numbers keep on increasing. The autos keep on increasing. So this shows, the kind of implementation of law that is being done here. And this, Afrida, has in fact, resulted in a number of accidents that we have continuously reported on Mirror Now. So this somewhere exposes, in fact, the poor planning, the poor implementation of the authorities, of the traffic police. And this is something that they really need to introspect suspect as to why, despite there being a big board, why is there no one, present here to put a check on this? Why is there, so many numbers of bikers freely traveling over this very flyover? So this is the question that we...
Okay, I have a caller with me here on the program, BL Tripathi from Odisha. Mr. Tripathi, good evening. What do you have to say on the questions that we asked here on the show? Go ahead, sir. Okay, I think we have lost the connection there. Can we please restore that? Meanwhile, we'll go back to Ishika. Yes, Ishika, what I found interesting, you were showing us the signage where two-wheelers are not allowed, and right under that you have as many two-wheelers flying right now, live. We saw it right now, where there's no following of rules from what we can make out.
To the visuals here, and we can keep a count of these two-wheelers. You can just see number of two-wheelers that are coming from the Faridabad to the Delhi side, and there is no one here present to in fact put a check on this, despite there being a very big board which we from a distance are showing you, which is very clear to the people that are traveling from this very flyover, and still there is no implementation. The question is that who should be held responsible for this, because ultimately this is what leads to a number of accidents, and that we have been reporting on Mirror now. So this is a big question today to the concerned authorities, to the traffic police, as to why there is such a proper improper planning, poor implementation of the rules, which ultimately led to so many accidents in this very city. Over to you.
Right, Dharini, very quickly coming to you as well. We have reported a number of, again, incidents from Chennai. We often question the pothole menace. What we don't question enough is the reckless driving of bikers. We don't question the rule breakers enough. Tell us more about how strongly are rules followed or enforced in Chennai.
Well, Chennai is definitely under a big, a question as far as road safety is concerned. Speeding and careless driving, they are not new to the city of Chennai. Of course, the numbers will also tell the same. And especially talking about the infrastructure of the city, in the recent times, Chennai is seeing a lot of, metro constructions, like different phases of, metro works are currently underway in Chennai. In fact, in the exact place where I am standing right now, there is a metro construction going on there. So because of these, the infrastructure development, several road routes are being modified on every day. Like on daily basis, we have new routes modified. Two ways are made into one ways, and one ways are made into two ways. So this keeps on happening. So as far as two-wheelers are concerned, especially during the early and late hours of the day, the two-wheelers seem to violate all kinds of traffic rules. And especially women and children who are traveling, women and elderly who are traveling in the roads, they seem to be they seem to be put in a very dangerous situation because of these two-wheelers who are flouting.
Let me go across to Mr. Suresh. Go ahead, sir. What is your view on this issue of reckless driving by bikers?
Madam, there should be action against the bikers, madam. Really.
Okay, you think rules should be enforced more strongly? An example has been set by the Mumbai police.
Speed control should be fined. The excess speed should be fined heavily, like for bikers.
Right. Extra speed or over speeding should be fined heavily is what Mr. Suresh from Chennai
And also the helmet, they should ensure that helmets are being worn. Both driver and backseat people. Helmet should be worn strictly.
Okay. Right. But yes, I mean, we understand these are issues that, of course, endanger not just your own life, it endangers the lives of others around you on the road at that point of time, which is why a culpable homicide section has been applied this time around. In fact, I think I should go across to the experts. Okay, another caller with us here, Mr. Tripathi, PL Tripathi from Orissa. Mr. Tripathi, we lost your connection earlier. Very good evening. Go ahead, please share your view.
Yeah, I am of the opinion that the two-wheeler, the bikers are the major causes of accidents on roads.
Okay, I think we lost the line with Mr. Tripathi again. I'm going to go across to Ankit in the meanwhile. He has people with him whom he was speaking to. Yes, Ankit, over to you to take us through the latest in terms of what happened earlier today and what do Mumbaikars have to say about the sections applied, the action taken against the biker.
Yes, we have some four-wheeler vehicle drivers. Let's talk to them what problem they faced on the road because of the two-wheelers. So sir, किस तरह की तो परेशानियां होती है जब two-wheelers overtake करती है, क्या दिक्कतें आती हैं?
बीच में नहीं आना चाहिए वो लोग और सडनली सिग्नल होता है तो भी वो लोग घुसते हैं, सिग्नल नहीं भी होता है तो भी बीच में आते हैं और दूसरों को प्रॉब्लम करते हैं और उन लोग भी प्रॉब्लम होते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है जब वो टू व्हीलर वाले बट पब्लिक क्या देखती है, फोर व्हीलर ने मार दिया और टू व्हीलर वाला कोई सपोर्ट करते हैं. दैट इज रॉन्ग. यू शुड सी एंड क्या हुआ है उसके बाद आप बोलना चाहिए.
इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें ये भी दिखती है सर कि गलती टू व्हीलर की होती है लेकिन फोर व्हीलर को के ऊपर एक्शन होता है, केसेस उनके ऊपर होते हैं.
बड़ी गाड़ी है टू व्हीलर फोर व्हीलर, सो टू व्हीलर को ही सब लोग सपोर्ट करेंगे क्योंकि बड़ा गाड़ी है तो वो पैसे देगा या उसको कुछ बोलेंगे तो डर जाएगा, वो सब है और कुछ नहीं. और बेसिकली
रूल्स में कुछ चेंजेस होने चाहिए,
ज़रूर होने चाहिए. पहले आप गलती कौन कर रहा है, गलती कैसा हुआ है वो देख के उसके बाद आप ब्लेम करना चाहिए. और स्पेशली जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है गवर्नमेंट ने जो दिया है उसको आप फॉलो करना चाहिए, चाहे वो टू व्हीलर रहने दो फोर व्हीलर रहने दो. सिस्टम्स जो भी है फॉलो करके जाएंगे तो ये सब इश्यूज ही नहीं होगा. अभी सामने ही आप देख सकते हैं वो टू व्हीलर्स किधर खड़े हुए, उधर एक पुलिस वो भी है बट उनका भी कोई बात नहीं सुन रहा है और सब बीच में घुसे जा रहे हैं और वैसे ही होता है एक्सीडेंट्स और इसके वजह से लोगों को तकलीफ होती है.
ज्यादा करके फोर व्हीलर्स वालों को इससे बहुत तकलीफ होती है, केसेस
या होता है फोर व्हीलर्स वालों को.
Have Vivek Nayak with me on the phone line. He's from Mumbai. Yes, Mr. Nayak, good evening. We are looking at a story of reckless driving by bikers in Mumbai. Strong penalty applied today on one of the bikers who accessed the Bandra Worli Sea Link. What is your view? Is Mr. Vivek able to hear me? Vivek Nayak ji, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, go ahead, sir. What is your view on the subject?
It's more about a lot of electric bikes also available and having access to all these young children. And they are getting trained very easily. So I'm getting a feeling that it's more of easy access. Electric bikes without registration, and they are getting trained easily over there. So then they have this tactics of doing stunts, and that is also pretty valid. I think it's very seen over here in Badala area also.
Okay. Rightly said. In fact, what you're saying is something, again, I would like to repeat for the sake of our viewers, that easy access to a two-wheeler, it's affordable. Parents often indulge their young kids with two-wheelers. I have a caller from Dubai. Sorry, I didn't get the name. Krishna from Dubai. Go ahead, sir. Good evening.
Very good evening to you, Afrida. How are you?
I am good. Pleasure to have you on the show. Go ahead. What's your point of view?
Likewise. Afrida, the thing is that because the point of view is that it's true that major accidents are being committed by two-wheelers, but on the contrary, there has to be some lane discipline. Either the law has to be like they have to be educated well before they issue the license on two-wheelers. Like light vehicles, like below 100 cc, there should be a mandatory follow-up, like only extreme right lane or extreme left lane should be followed. Some rules has to be indicated by the cops over there. I think so this can be reduced, provided there is awareness. Proper awareness should be there. At every nook and corner of signal,
yes,
all the persons, everybody should take awareness. That's it.
Right, very rightly said, and you're calling us from Dubai. There's great discipline there from what I have seen. Here also we need that lane discipline is what you just heard the viewer speaking about. I have a caller from Mumbai. Nisha from Mumbai. Go ahead, Nisha.
Hello.
Yes, Nisha. Good evening. Please go ahead and share your point of view on the subject. Good evening.
Yeah, I would like to bring to the notice is that it is not only the four-wheelers that are affected by the two-wheelers. It is also the public who are crossing the roads or who are walking on the footpath also.
Yes.
on the footpath also have a problem because of the rash driving of the vehicles.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no safety for the pedestrian at that rate, because if you think about it, and like Nishaji rightly said, with this kind of rash and negligent driving, with your daredevilry going into the pedestrian sidewalk as well, it ruins the entire joy of taking a walk or taking the footpaths. Let me have the next caller, please. What's R.V. Prakash from Hyderabad is with me on the phone line. Mr. Prakash, good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. See, the discussion what is going on now is very interesting. Hello?
Yes, thank you. Go ahead, sir. Your point of view on this.
The first point is that nowadays bike people are not riding, actually they are doing the circles in the roads. Second point, that most of the accidents are happening because of their episodic driving. There is no civic sense in them. Of course, it is not 100% on their this one, but majority of these things are happening only because of their, unruly driving. And another thing is they are making a lot of, making lies on the noise pollution. There is no control on their, honking or whatever it is. Fourth point is, in the night times you might have seen or observed that the people are doing so much of stunts in the big localities, which is causing a lot of inconvenience. I think these are all the things which are against the two-wheeler driving. I think no police, these things are, totally taking care of these things. I think mostly because of these people belongs to, high level people.
Okay. Mr. Prakash, thank you for sharing your views. And you rightly pointed out these stunts that the bikers think they can get away with. Perhaps we need stricter enforcement. Lata from Bangalore is with me on the phone line. Good evening, Lata ji. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes. Hi. Good evening. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Please share your point of view. I can.
Yeah. I'm calling from Bangalore. The current problem with Bangalore's road is not only the two-wheelers which are occupying the center of the road. It is also the small e-bikes which have come for the Yulu bikes, which are occupying the roads without any road discipline.
Okay. Yulu bikes, yes. Right.
Yeah, the Yulu bikes, which don't have any kind of requirement, on the road. They don't have a lane discipline, and they don't have to have licenses, so they can just crisscross the road wherever they feel like. And that is causing a big danger for all of us.
Right, very, rightly articulated, and you are from Bengaluru, giving us this point. Perhaps the netas who are asking for votes can look into it, how to enforce lane discipline in the IT city of Bengaluru. Joining me here is also Mr. Malhotra from Gurgaon. Good evening, Mr. Malhotra.
Yeah, good evening. Hi, Afrida.
Hi, good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, these bikers are the most potential hazard on the road. They just don't follow any traffic rules. They will not follow any signal given by a four-wheeler driver, and thus they'll just try to overtake you.
Yes.
And most of the fatalities which are happening on the roads are because of these bikers only, and law should take some course of action against them.
Right, which is the example that Mumbai police has set today, because it has applied a very stringent provision under the MVA Act. It has applied sections of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, because often enough when you do stunts, when you indulge in reckless driving, you endanger other people's lives. Raghav Iyer from Chennai. Good evening, Mr. Iyer. Go ahead.
Yeah, in Chennai, we used to have extreme right 8 feet distance width for exclusively marked for three-wheeler autos and two-wheelers, where we used to find much safety on the roads. Whereas nowadays, all four-wheelers are taking the space allotted earlier. There, it makes confusion for the two-wheeler whether he has to go on a particular right side or middle side or the left side of the road.
Right,
All over the globe, Small vehicle people are given more importance by the bigger vehicles. But for in India, we don't find any respect for the smaller vehicles like two-wheelers and autos.
Okay, that's another point of view and important as well. Perhaps you're also indicating to the same point that was made earlier about lane driving, allocating a certain lane for two-wheelers. That is not there. So, well, we do have to look at that aspect as well. Dominic Bose from Goa. Yes, Mr. Bose, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, Afrida.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead. Yes, my pleasure entirely.
Thank you for this program so that we can express our views.
My pleasure.
What I want to say is that there should be a strict rule. There should be CCTV cameras kept at the entry, and big signboard should be there only for two-wheelers, only for cyclists, only for cars, and only for trucks and buses. And automatically, if the person comes in the wrong lane, he should give an alarm, and the police should be there. Main thing, the police, traffic police should be there on duty
to
catch these people, and they should be fined heavily for not wearing a helmet and driving dangerously. These people are a nuisance on the road. Because
they are a nuisance on the road. Yes.
I also drove a two-wheeler, and I've always abide by rules. That's why these people should be fined heavily.
Right. You made a very good point that the police must be more vigilant. There must be more monitoring of the roads so that those who break the rules, those who endanger other people's lives can be booked like the Mumbai police has done. Mansoor Ahmed from Bangalore is with us. Mr. Ahmed, good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the show.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening. Very good evening
Go
to
ahead.
you.
Go ahead,
just watching the channel, I incidentally come to know this. This is regarding the two-wheeler, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
My concern is the stunts performed by the youngsters on two-wheelers, ma'am. I myself ride a two-wheeler. But it is very scary these days in Bangalore because these youngsters do this wheeling and all, which is very, very dangerous, not only for themselves, for others also.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
This menace to end as soon as possible. Strictest law should be applied to curb this menace, ma'am.
Right. So you are also saying that there should be stricter laws. The existing laws perhaps are not enough. We need more enforcement, stricter laws to put the point across that you cannot have a situation of reckless driving by the bikers that jeopardizes other people's safety. It's a matter of road safety. It concerns all of us. And therefore, this is important. I believe I have two experts here on the show as well who will, in fact, give us more perspective on this entire issue. Can I go across to my guests? Okay. Let me go across now. Joining me here on the program. Okay, I'm told that we would not have enough time right now to cover that aspect. But what we did was actually to take the opinion, the views from callers, from viewers, so that we are able to cover the length and breadth of the country to show our viewers that this is a menace that affects us all across the country. Mr. Pratap from Andhra Pradesh is with us. Yes, Mr. Pratap.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Pratap, good evening. Go ahead. Share your point of view with us.
Good evening. Here, actually, drunken drive, we should, not only two-wheelers, for four-wheelers also, this should be applicable because nowadays we can see drunken drive. Drunken drive, this one should be taken care. The government strict rule should be followed by the police also, because what they are doing simply they are giving. Hello.
Yes. Okay, that's again an important point about drunken driving. That, of course, has to be again monitored. That has to be penalized very strongly. Mr. Pratap from Andhra Pradesh, thanks for joining us. R.J. Krishnan from Mumbai joining me on the phone line. Mr. Krishnan, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Very good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Hello.
Go ahead. Yes.
Very good evening to you. I'm watching your program. I want to complain that in Thane particularly, that bikers come on the opposite direction of the road. When pedestrians like me, I'm a senior citizen, walking ahead, we face lot of threat from those bikers. It is not only bikers. I have seen even tempos and trucks and cars coming in the opposite direction only to avoid a big detour of taking a turn, U-turn. So this is a very, very great nuisance I am facing on the road. And particularly the bikers, they have absolutely no rules and regulations. There are about 4 people sitting on a single bike and traveling. I have seen even a family, wife and 2 kids going in our two-wheelers. It is a very great, dangerous situation. They should be punished on the spot.
They should be punished, yes. And what you're saying is exactly what happened as well. Here was a biker who was actually taking a U-turn on the same side of the highway where vehicles were coming from the opposite direction. That is how dangerous this is. And of course, we have callers who are reiterating the point that they have seen that happen time and again. We have all witnessed that. We've seen how bikers, they take over the roads, they behave as if they own the place, and then they do not follow any road rules. That's why we've decided to take up this topic today. Let's welcome Mr. Robin from Delhi, who's with me on the phone line. Mr. Robin, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. The thing is,
yes,
actually are a threat on the road. Why? Because they come from anywhere, they go anywhere. There are no lights which are applicable to them, that is traffic lights. There is no fear of anything because they are certain that if, God forbid, anything happens, the one with the car or the one with the bus or the one who's driving the truck is going to be sorted out by the cops legally. I fear that they do not even, most of them have licenses. So they actually, जिसे कहते हैं कि सर पे कफन बांध के निकलते हैं, they don't care. Coming on the other side of the road, God, that has become like a norm. There is a problem. I don't think the cops are adequately in number or have adequate legal justification of stopping them. Frankly, if you see the traffic on any road in Delhi, how do the cops stop them? That is not the answer. I believe that there should be stricter check on these bikers, and this should be done through traffic cameras.
Right.
And traffic cameras should cause them to pay hefty fines. And that is what will probably stop them. The cops cannot stop them. There are not adequate cops in any city in our country to actually stop this multitude of two-wheeler drivers.
Very important point you made, that they perhaps believe they can get away with it, that no one will intercept them, nothing will happen, because once that sets in, you think you can do anything. There is no one keeping a watch over you. That is a very, very dangerous thing, and in fact we must in that sense appreciate that Mumbai police has cracked the whip, at least in this particular instance that happened today. Captain Mahindra from Mumbai, good evening. Captain Mahindra, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. It's a very important topic that you have taken up today. I can just tell you that few things need to be addressed. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. The pillion should also be made to wear a helmet compulsorily. And there are some hotspots which is their, stunt roads, Palm Beach Road, Sea Link approaches, where they do a lot of stunts in the night particularly, where they should have more cameras and more police presence to curb the menace, because they are not only a danger to themselves, but also to the others who are standing and watching them. They have a audience when they're doing the stunts. At least a dozen, maybe more, people just watching.
Right, and they do it as an attention-grabbing, measure, not realizing how dangerous it can be on the roads, how dangerous it is for those who are taking that stretch on that particular day. If somebody has indulged in a stunt and that goes awry, it can get very, very dangerous. Let me just have Niti from Mumbai. Nitin, I'm sorry, Nitin from Mumbai with us on the phone line. Nitin, go ahead. Are you able to hear me, Nitin? I don't think I have. Jay Chandran from Chennai is with us. Yes, Mr. Jay Chandran, good evening. Go ahead with your point of view.
Yeah, the problem is the cops are not given any power.
Okay.
Yes, madam,
you will have to switch off the television set behind you because it will keep interrupting our conversation. If you can have somebody switch that off and then continue, please.
The cops they are given power, enough power. Within 1 week or 1 month, they will discipline all the two-wheelers and four-wheeler people. This is my observation. Because politicians are interfering in the cops, cannot take discipline. The moment, suppose somebody is booked, the telephone will come to the police station. Don't take action or something like that. Yes, that's it.
Yes, so they get away too easily. There is not enough police presence. There isn't enough surveillance. There aren't enough cameras. These are the things that viewers are telling us, callers are telling us. Practically everyone has had a bad experience with reckless bikers on the road. People are talking about stunts being performed, taking advantage sometimes of late hours. Even in those hours, you can endanger someone's life. And it is simply not allowed to do that. So I have Hemendra Patel from Gujarat on the phone line. Mr. Patel, good evening. Good to have you on the show. Go ahead with your point of view.
Yeah, good evening. Actually, of course, these bikers do pose a threat to this normal car drivers or normal vehicle drivers.
Yes.
Especially these high HP, high rated bikes, which passes suddenly through our right hand or maybe on the wrong side. And suddenly our steering goes on wobbling when they suddenly pass through it without any unknown this thing.
Okay. Yes.
Of course, apart from this, of course, these are on the streets of a normal city. But then when it comes to highway driving, of course, bikes doesn't come into play, but then truck drivers comes into play.
Right.
So they are the rash drivers on this thing. And they are the more addicted. I mean, it's more not. I don't say addicted. They are more prone to cause accidents because of their wrong parking on the roads and wrong this thing. Of course, bikes. I do agree. Bikes. This is a topic with a bike.
Yes.
But bikes. What I feel is this: there should be a control on the speed limit in the city for this thing, and cameras should be given. Full authority. Government should give. Court earlier also has specified that there should be memos automatically generated from this camera system.
Yes.
But then it is not working fully in many number of cities.
Right. So you're saying the systems must be robust. There must be monitoring system that happens through the use of technology. There must be automatic generation of challans for the bikers. Tejas from Bengaluru with us. Yes, Tejas, good evening.
Very good evening. I am for the bikers today. There are a lot of very, very respectable bikers on the road, and castrating all of them on screen is not such a good idea.
Okay.
Yes, there are people who don't drive responsibly, but there are enough four-wheel drivers who do the same. Cyrus Mistry and Rishabh Pant did no credit to themselves.
Okay.
And they didn't drive any ordinary vehicles either.
Okay. So this is not a two-wheelers versus four-wheelers debate, but I take your point. Yes.
Themselves.
Okay.
They need a place where they can actually do their stunts. It is not good to castrate all of them, castigate all of them in one
Right.
I think you should provide them a place where they can actually go out and drive to their heart's content and not do it on the road. I completely agree with the fact that the road is meant for commuting and not for stunting. But taking the biker community on is completely wrong. It's not right.
Okay. So tarnishing the entire biker community is wrong. We should not be doing that. There are a lot of people who follow the rules. Tejas, point taken. Thank you. Rajiv from Mumbai is with us on the phone line. Okay, I'm told Rajiv is not with us. I have Dominic from Goa on the phone line. Go ahead, Dominic.
Hello, Afrida. I have an important point to make.
Yes.
That is regarding people holding one hand mobile and one hand is on the accelerator. They drive anyhow. They keep on talking and they don't see what is in front of them. Many accidents are happening in Goa.
Okay.
And there are people who are riding two-wheeler, with 5 people on one bike. It was shocking to see that people are riding with 5 people on one bike, 5 boys on one bike. And there are these even car drivers who are holding one hand on the steering wheel and talking on the mobile. This is more dangerous thing going on.
Absolutely agree. We all have our experiences to share. You just shared yours where you said I've seen 5 people in one bike and perhaps not wearing helmets at all, not even one of them. Krishna from Bhopal joining us on the phone line. Yes, Krishna. I think people have this tendency to keep their television sets on. That is going to interrupt the conversation. Krishna from Bhopal, if you can hear me, please go ahead. But switch your television set off because it's going to delay our conversation and interrupt our conversation. Go ahead.
The regulatory bodies is very important because they say it is not my road, they say it is not my land, it is none of my job, and the police says we are only the duty bound, that's all. So the coordination needs to be there among these people. And the left turn should be left open because normally the left turn is always blocked.
Right, very often by two-wheelers as well, isn't it? Rajiv from Mumbai also with us on the phone line. Yes, Rajiv, go ahead.
Madam, first of all, I'm telling my name is Rajul, R-A-J-U-L.
Okay, stand corrected. Go ahead.
Yeah. Madam, my first request is any possibility where information and broadcasting ministers should ban the bike advertisement where they are showing lot of stunts. The moment these people are showing stunts, definitely the two bikers, specific drivers of two bikers take undue advantage.
Okay, that's a good point as well.
Secondly,
right.
Yes. And secondly, what I have observed that particularly in Mumbai Western Express Highway and Eastern Express Highway, the two bikers are removing the helmet the moment the main crossing center is over. Because they always have a fear that they will be caught when the crossing is there. The moment they have crossed the crossing, they remove the helmet and they hang aside. So if police department at some level have checking on this particular unwanted citizens, they are definitely unwanted citizens because police department is doing something good for them.
Right.
I mean traffic police. So they have to have, suppose I am driving a bike, so I have to take care for myself. And I should not unnecessarily play that helmet is removed, this and that.
Okay, and that's for your own safety. In fact, that's something I've always wondered, that when bikers do this rash and negligent driving, don't they realize that they are putting a threat to their own lives? It's their own safety that is endangered. And about stunts, we have had two very interesting suggestions not to have these advertisements glamorizing the biker stunts because that encourages this. Let me go across to Nitin from Mumbai with us on the phone line. Yes, Nitin. Okay, I don't think I have Nitin with me. Okay, can you please put out the names of the guests that we have here on the program today so that I can introduce them on the program? We have experts from